I sat in my apartment, laptop humming, coffee cooling at my side. I had a feeling, an itch, that Ethan was hiding something. I wasn't wrong. I accessed his workstation remotely, fingers flying over my keyboard. Firewalls fell. Encryption bowed. My screen flickered to life with his office webcam. There they were. Ethan, laughing like a fool. Maya tugging at his belt. "Coding robot," she said mockingly. "Always too busy for fun." I froze. My stomach churned. My vision narrowed. Rage, disbelief, betrayal, they all hit at once. I muted the volume, but kept the video. Watched every second, every smirk, every betrayal. I called him. No answer.
Typical.
I texted. Nothing. Then I sent a single message.
"We need to talk."
He finally picked up. "Jade? What's wrong?" I didn't answer. I pressed play on the webcam recording. The laughter, the smirk, the betrayal, all unedited, undeniable. He went silent. Then a low laugh. "That's not, Jade, wait." "Stop," I hissed. "Stop lying to me. I see everything." Ethan's voice faltered. It's just... Just what?" I snapped. "You cheat behind my back? You let her humiliate me for laughs? For her amusement? You call me a coding robot while she's..." "I didn't mean it like that," he stammered. "You didn't mean it?" I repeated. "You did it, Ethan. You chose to betray me." He ran a hand through his hair, panic rising. "Jade, you're overreacting." "Overreacting?" I laughed bitterly. "Do you even hear yourself? You've crossed every line. I trusted you. I shared everything. My work, my life. And this is what you do? Laugh in someone else's arms and call me a robot." He tried to defend himself, but the words came out weak, insincere. Jade, I didn't." "Save it," I said, voice low and cold. "Your excuses are irrelevant." I closed the webcam feed, the evidence saved securely on my drive. Every lie, every betrayal, documented. He leaned back in his chair, finally realizing he'd underestimated me. "What are you going to do?" I smiled. "Dangerous. What I should have done a long time ago. I'm not your coding robot anymore. You just made it very easy for me to end this." "You can't." "Oh, I can," I interrupted. "And I will. Every last bit of your empire, your secrets, they're mine now. You just don't know it yet." He swallowed. I could hear the panic in his breathing. I ended the call. Shut down the laptop. This wasn't about revenge yet. Not fully. This was about preparation. About gathering every tool, every leverage, every bit of power I had. Ethan thought he had control. He thought I would be blind. He was wrong. And soon, very soon, he would pay. I grabbed my coat. Time to move. Action, not hesitation. Every second I waited gave him an advantage I would never allow again. Tonight I would plan. Tomorrow I would strike. Betrayal doesn't go unpunished. And I always finish what I start. I slid into the driver's seat of my car, though I wasn't driving. Self-driving mode engaged. Ethan had bragged about its safety, thought it was foolproof. I didn't notice the subtle override he'd activated until it was too late. The car lurched. I reached for the wheel. Nothing. The dashboard flashed warnings. Doors locked. Windows unresponsive. Panic surged, but I didn't scream. I never screamed. "Jade, code anomaly detected," the AI warned. I slammed my hands on the console. Override.
Now.
Nothing. The road curved. Too sharp. The lake ahead reflected moonlight.
Calm. Deceptive. Deadly.
I tried the manual release.
Locked.
Ethan's voice, smug, echoed in my mind. Too clever to catch. The car accelerated. Water shimmered closer. Ice-cold fear pierced my chest. I kicked at the dash, yanking wires. Sparks. Smoke. Still locked. The lake loomed. I braced. Impact. Cold water flooded the cabin. Shock.
Panic.
My lungs burned. I kicked at the glass. Tried the doors. Water pressure pinned me down. Think.
Survive.
Move. My own voice in my head. Bubbles escaped my lips. Fingers numb. Windows fogged. Darkness creeping. I grabbed the seatbelt latch.
Pulled.
Nothing. The car sank further. Roof nearing the surface. Water rushed in. My lungs screamed. Then instinct. Pure, unthinking action. I jammed my elbow into the console. Metal gave slightly. Another strike. Plastic cracked. I forced the door with every ounce of strength left. Water surged in. Glass shattered. Pain tore through me.
Air.
A gulp of it before more water swallowed me. I kicked, twisted, clawed toward the opening. Ice-burned hands cut and scraped. No hesitation. No mercy. Survival only. Finally, door popped. Water gushed. I shot upward, breaking the surface. Gasping, shaking. Air filled my lungs. Cold gripped my body like iron, but I clawed toward the shore. I reached the bank, collapsing on mud and reeds. Heart hammering. Lungs burning. Body trembling. Every nerve screaming. I didn't move. Didn't breathe normally. Just stared at the lake, silent rage building.
Ethan.
His name burned through me. He had tried to end me. Tried to erase everything I was.
But I lived.
And now I would make him regret every second of confidence, every smirk, every betrayal. I pulled out my phone from a waterproof case, booted it, checked the files I had downloaded from his workstation. Everything intact. Every lie, every private moment, every scheming email. He thought he controlled the code. He thought he controlled me. I wiped mud from my hands. My fingers were shaking, but my mind was sharp. I would strike back.
Hard. Precise.
Complete. I stared at the dark water. The lake had almost taken me. I would let it consume nothing but his empire. Survival meant revenge. And I would not fail. I jerk upright in the passenger seat. My heart is racing. My phone is in my hand. No water. No crash. No lake. The car is parked outside the cafe. 1 week earlier. I stare at the dashboard clock. Same date.
Same time.
Same notification blinking on my screen. Ethan, can you bring the backup drive tonight? I whisper, not this time. I grab my phone and immediately open my hidden terminal. Fingers moving before my brain catches up. Remote link. Ethan's system.
Live.
His office webcam activates. There he is again. Same chair. Same stupid smile. Maya leans against his desk. She says, "Did she buy it?" He laughs. She's predictable. Always has been. My jaw tightens. I don't cry. I don't freeze. I save everything. Audio. Video. Server access keys. Then I disconnect and shut the screen. The cafe door opens. Ethan steps inside.
Sees me.
Smiles. "Hey, you okay?" he says. I stand. "We need to talk."
Now.
He blinks.
About what?
"Your computer," I say. His smile falters for half a second. We sit. I put my phone on the table. I press play. Maya's voice fills the silence. His laughter. The words coding robot. Ethan goes pale. "That's not." "Don't." I cut in. "Not a word." He reaches for my phone. I pull it back. "You don't touch my devices anymore," I say. He leans closer, whispering, "You're overreacting." I lean closer too. "You almost erased me." He frowns. "What are you talking about?" "I remember everything," I say. Every step. Every setup. Every betrayal. He laughs nervously. "You sound crazy." I stand. "Then let's see how crazy I get." I walk out. In the car, I don't start the engine. I disable autonomous mode. I override every external access route. Lock it down with my own code. Then I move. Back home. Laptop open. Coffee untouched. I log into Ethan's infrastructure. No shortcuts. No mistakes. One command line at a time. Backups located. Permissions stripped. Access logs rewritten. I clone everything that matters. Then I plant my ghost keys. I whisper, "I own you now." My phone vibrates. Unknown number. I answer. A man's voice, calm, controlled. You're faster than I expected. Who is this? I say. You accessed a network I built, he replies. No one does that by accident. I type while talking. Track the signal. Masking perfect. Then you left your door open. I say. A pause. Then a soft laugh. Silas, he says. I don't normally introduce myself. My fingers freeze. Silas. The invisible tech titan. The one no one ever meets. I've been watching you for years, he continues. Your code. Your architecture. Your restraint. Why call me now? I ask. Because you just rewrote a man's digital existence in under 8 minutes. I don't answer. I built my empire, he says, waiting for someone like you to exist. I finally stop typing. What do you want? I say. A single breath on the line.
A partnership, he says.
And the chance to finally meet the woman I've been preparing for my entire life. My screen lights up with Silas's secure channel. Share your screen, he says. I don't hesitate. He watches my terminal scroll. You're inside Ethan's core cluster already. I never left, I say.
Good.
Start with a payroll mirror. I type. Tables explode open. Ethan calls. I ignore it. Silas says, redirect funds to the audit vault. Make it look internal. I run the script. Numbers migrate. My door buzzes. Again. Harder. I mute the apartment cam feed from the building system. Silas says, next his PR backups. Especially Maya's. I open her folder. Contracts. Deleted emails. Hidden chats. I tag them all. Leak ready. I say. Silas sends a packet. Run this. I glance at the code.
Clean.
Surgical. No malware signature. You wrote this just now? I ask. I wrote it 10 years ago, he says. For you. I execute. Ethan's development servers blink offline one by one. My phone explodes with messages. Ethan, what are you doing? Ethan, call me now. Maya, you hacked my private drive? Board member number 3. We need an urgent meeting. I answer none. Silas says he'll try to pull emergency recovery. I already cut the bridge. I say. His disaster server is a decoy I built. A pause. Then Silas. Beautiful. The door slams open. Ethan storms in. What did you do? He shouts. I don't turn around. I keep typing. You're committing a crime, he says. Sit down, I reply. He freezes. What? I spin my chair. You called me a robot, I say. Watch me operate. I project my screen to the living room wall. His company architecture dissolves in real time. He rushes forward. I lock his phone remotely. He stares at it. Why isn't it working? Because I wrote your firmware update last month, I say. And I left myself a door. Maya appears in the doorway behind him. You promised me immunity, she says to him. He snaps. Not now. I glance at her. You should have checked your NDA folder. She lunges for my laptop. Silas cuts her device mid-step. Her smartwatch dies. Her tablet blackens.
She gasps.
What did you do to me? Disconnected your career, I say. Ethan points at me. You think you can erase me? Silas speaks through my speakers.
Come. Low.
You're already gone. Ethan stiffens. Who is that? I smile. Your replacement. Ethan tries to grab me. The apartment lights go dark. The locks click. Silas says, emergency override engaged. Ethan pounds the door. Let me out. I restore just the projector. A news alert flashes. Breaking. Major tech firm under investigation for data tampering and financial misconduct. Maya sinks onto the couch. My emails. Public archive in 3 minutes, Silas says. Ethan turns to me. We can fix this. Together. I stand. Walk to him. Remember when you said I was too busy to notice you? I ask. He swallows. I noticed everything. Silas says, transfer complete. Every monitor in the apartment shows access denied across Ethan's empire. His phone buzzes once. Then nothing. Maya whispers, I lost everything. I grab my coat. Silas says, your car is waiting downstairs. Manual control only. I head for the door. Ethan shouts after me. You'll regret this. I don't look back. In the elevator, Silas reconnects. You just rewrote your life, he says. I'm not done, I reply. He pauses. Where to next? Your place, I say. You owe me a face. The elevator doors open. Silas's driver steps aside. Back seat, he says. I slide in. The car pulls out before the door, even closes. Silas's voice fills the cabin. Cameras off. Mic secure. Where are you hiding? I ask. You'll see in 9 minutes. My phone lights. Unknown. You ruined me.
Ethan.
I block him. Silas says, good instinct. The car swerves into an underground garage. Gates slam shut behind us. The driver opens my door. Penthouse level. I step into a private lift. It shoots up. Doors open into glass, steel, darkness. City glowing outside. A tall man stands at the window back to me. You're late, he says. You were spying on me for a decade, I reply. We're even. He turns. Scar on his eyebrow. Sharp eyes. I watched you build systems in silence, he says. I built an empire to be able to protect you when they tried to crush you. Spare me the legend, I say. What's next? He walks to the table. Taps a tablet. Screens light up around us. Ethan on a live feed, screaming at a boardroom wall. Maya in her apartment, shredding documents. Your leaks hit the regulators, Silas says. They froze every account tied to Ethan's signature. Good. Now we move. He slides me a contract. Read it, he says. I scan it in seconds. Partnership. 50-50. Full creative control. My security layer over your infrastructure. You own your code, he says. No one ever touches it again without your permission.
I sign.
His phone rings. He answers. They're trying to spin the narrative, he says into the line. Push the counter drop. He hangs up. A new alert explodes across every screen. PR head Maya linked to data theft scheme. Exclusive leaks. Silas watches my face. Satisfied. Not yet. I open my laptop. What are you doing? He asks. I'm sending Ethan a gift. I type.
Fast.
Silent. A private feed opens on the wall. Ethan sits alone in a dark office. Security boxes stacked by the door. I ping his screen. He looks up. You again. Smile. I say. This is your last demo. You think Silas will save you? He sneers. Silas steps into frame behind me. I already replaced you, Silas says. Ethan stares. You are the ghost investor. Silas nods. You thought I was buying your company. I was buying her future. Ethan slams his fist on the desk. You can't erase me. I send the final command. His screen floods with account revoked, admin removed, owner archived. His office lights shut off. The feed cuts. Silas exhales slowly. He's finished. I close my laptop. Now about us. He meets my eyes. I don't own you. Good. Another alert. Silas Tech acquires core assets of fallen giant. Market shock. Silas gestures to the city. They'll hunt you. Let them. I say. I'm done hiding. His security chief rushes in. Press downstairs. Paparazzi everywhere. Silas smiles at me. Time to make you visible. We step into the elevator together. The doors open to chaos. Cameras.
Shouts.
Is it true you destroyed Ethan's company? A reporter yells. Silas says, she didn't destroy anything. He glances at me. She built something better. Flashes explode. Someone screams my name. I walk forward. Watch me, I say to the crowd. Because you won't be stealing from me ever again. Cameras still flash behind us when Silas grips my wrist.
Side door, he says.
We cut through a service corridor. Steel doors slam. The noise dies. His security chief throws us helmets. Garage exit compromise. Roof, Silas says. We sprint up the stairs. My phone buzzes nonstop. Unknown, you think you won? Unknown, you're dead. I delete everything. We burst onto the roof. Wind slams my face. A black helicopter spins up. The pilot shouts, 2 minutes before airspace lockdown. Silas pulls me toward it. What about the rest of them? I ask.
They're already moving, he says.
Your code triggered the purge. I stop. Show me. He snaps open his tablet. Live feeds pop up. Maya exits her building with 2 lawyers. Agents block her path. Ms. Alvarez, an officer says, "You're coming with us." Another feed. Ethan in the lobby of a hotel, yelling at a clerk. Your accounts are frozen, the clerk says. Ethan grabs his phone. I own this place. Agents step in. Mr. Hale, one says. You're under investigation. Silas locks the tablet. Time, the pilot shouts. We climb into the helicopter. It lifts hard. Below us, police flood the building. Silas leans close. You're shaking. Adrenaline, I say.
Good.
You'll need it. We land on a private airstrip outside the city. 3 black cars wait. I step out. Silas follows. A tall woman with a shaved head approaches. They're retaliating. Ethan's backers are leaking fake stories. I say, give me their servers. She blinks. All of them.
All.
Silas nods. Do it. We ride in silence until we reach a concrete bunker hidden in the hills. Inside, rows of machines humming like a living thing. I drop my bag on the table. Lock the room. Steel shutters slam down. I jack into the network. 30 hostile domains, the woman says. They're trying to drown us. Let them, I reply. I type. Commands cascade. One by one, their sites freeze. A man rushes in. We lost 10 sponsors in 60 seconds. Make it 20, Silas says. My screen flashes red. Intrusion detected. Source. Ethan H. I laugh. He's still trying. Silas folds his arms. End him. I open a private channel. Still awake. I say. His face appears.
Wild. Sweaty.
You ruined everything, he says. You did that yourself, I reply. This is just the receipt. You are nothing without me. I hit enter. His feed glitches. Wait, he says. We can fix. Connection drops. Silas looks at me. What did you do? I left him with nothing but read-only access to his own failure. The woman checks her tablet. His shell companies just collapsed. Silas steps closer. You're not running from them anymore. I meet his eyes. I'm done being erased. Alarms blare. Drone detected. Someone yells. Silas grabs my hand. Move. We sprint down the corridor. The building shakes. Security slams blast doors behind us. A voice booms over the intercom. Unidentified aircraft intercepted. We reach the armory room. Silas locks the door. Sit. I sit. My pulse hammers. He kneels in front of me. They didn't just try to kill your company. They tried to erase you. They already did, I say. Once. He grips my hands. Never again. His phone rings. He answers. Status.
Pause.
He exhales. Good. Let them leak. We're ready. He hangs up. They think they've got dirt on you, he says. Do they? Only what you let them see. I smile. Then let's give them the wrong story. Silas slams his laptop onto the steel table. Feed them lies, he says. I crack my knuckles. Open global mirrors. He nods. All yours. I jack in. 3, 2, 1. I say. Every screen in the bunker floods with social feeds, news dashboards, dark web forums. A man shouts. They're pushing the narrative. She sabotaged her ex out of jealousy. I type faster. Let them. Silas watches my screen. What's the hook? A scandal they'll choke on. I spin up a fake shell identity. Iris Vale, senior engineer, fired 3 months ago. I inject her into Ethan's old network logs. Who is Iris Vale? The woman with the shaved head asks. Someone who ruined him, I say. I open a voice-modulated recording. He stole our code, the fake voice says. He forced us to cover it up. Silas raises an eyebrow. Nice. I leak it to 3 rival outlets simultaneously. Phones ring everywhere. A security agent yells. Media picked it up. Another voice. Hashtag trending. Hashtag Ethan exposed. Silas leans against the table. They'll try to counter. They can't, I say. They don't know which fire is real. Alert. Source. Maya, file dump incoming. She's trying to drown us, someone says. I open the file stream. Redirect to decoy vault, I say. Silas gestures. Route her straight into our trap. Maya's feed opens. She sits in a hotel room, hair wild. You set me up, she snaps at her screen. Smile. I whisper. You're live. I splice her rant into the fake Iris archive. Her voice echoes across every network she's trying to control. I clean his messes, Maya shouts. I buried complaints. Silas whistles. She just testified against herself. Phones explode. DOJ just issued subpoenas, someone yells. Another alert. Ethan, H attempting final counterstrike. He won't stop, Silas says. I lean in. Neither will I. I open the kill switch I've been holding since the lake. Silas watches the code scroll. What is that? My dead man's gift, I say. The part of his system he never knew I wrote. I hit enter. Every screen blacks out, then reloads. His company homepage now reads. Archived, asset acquired by Silas Tech. Silence. Then cheering. A woman laughs.
He's done.
For real. Silas turns to me. You're shaking again. From winning, I say. The door slams open. Press wants a statement, the security chief says. Silas looks at me. Your call. I stand. Get me a camera. They set it up in seconds. Red light on. I stare into the lens. My name was erased once, I say. Tonight I erase back. The room holds its breath. No more theft. No more lies. Anyone who thinks they can use me, try. Silas steps beside me. And anyone who targets her, he says, targets me. Cameras click. The feed ends. Silas lowers his voice. They'll come for you personally now. Good, I say. I'm tired of fighting ghosts. A technician runs in. We trace the drone launch. Silas grabs his jacket. Where? Old Marina. They're setting up another hit. I stand. I'm coming. No, he says. Yes, I reply. This ends tonight. He studies me, then nods. Gear up. We rush for the exit. As the doors slide open, he leans close. They tried to kill you once, he says. They won't get another chance. I smile. They already used it. The convoy tears through the marina gates. Silas shouts. Lights off. Everything goes dark. Security vans skid into position. Doors fly open. Targets moving, someone yells. I jump out with Silas. Wind cuts across the water. Floodlights flick on across abandoned warehouses. Drone control room should be inside Bay 4, the security chief says. A gunshot cracks the air. Down. Silas pulls me behind a concrete barrier. Sniper, someone yells. I grab Silas's tablet. Give me their network. Now, he asks.
Now.
He unlocks it. I hack on the run. Bullets chew the wall. Dust explodes. I connect to the marina's Wi-Fi mesh. Found them, I say. Bay 4, 3rd floor. Silas barks. Team Alpha, flank left. Bravo, roof. We sprint across the pier. Another shot whistles past my ear. Inside Bay 4, a steel door slams. Silas kicks it open. We flood the stairwell. A man above us shouts. She's here? I climb 2 steps at a time. A body crashes into the railing. Security drags him down. 3rd floor. Glass control booth. 2 men scramble around a drone console. Hands up. Silas shouts. One of them dives for the controls. I slam my palm onto the panel. Sparks burst. The drone feed dies. The man lunges at me. Silas tackles him. They crash through a table. The second man bolts for the window. I grab a cable and yank. He falls hard. Security cuffs them both. Silas hauls the first guy up by the collar. Who sent you? The man spits blood. Your ex wanted closure. I step forward. You tell Ethan I'm not dead anymore. Police sirens scream outside. The woman from the bunker rushes in. Maya's been arrested. Ethan just went dark. Silas exhales slowly. I turn to the man on the floor. You picked the wrong week. He glares. You think this ends? I crouch. It just did. Officers storm in and take them away. Silas touches my shoulder. You okay? Still breathing, I say. That's new. He smiles once, sharp and tired. We walk out to the pier. Red and blue lights paint the water. A reporter shouts my name. Silas starts to block them. I stop him. No, I say. Let me. I face the cameras. They tried to erase me. I say. I survived. This city isn't owned by men who steal and hide. A mic pushes closer. What happens to Ethan? He faces the truth. I reply. Silas leans in. And you? I build something they can't burn. The reporters shout more questions. I turn away. Silas walks me to the car. Inside, silence finally lands. He says softly, You don't belong in anyone's shadow. I meet his eyes. Neither do you. The engine starts. The marina fades behind us. For the first time since the